Yo, Miss Mika G, what's good, Mika?
What's up?
What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome to the wide world. No, wrong show, wrong show. Welcome to Blues House Live. What is good? I am your host, Blue Minotti. Got stuff all over the place. That is Mika G, always in the place to be. The star of the show herself. You know what I mean? What is good, Mika?
What's
How you
up?
been? How your week been?
Good. That's what I.
Good. All right. Everything good? Everything lovely?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like to hear. I love to hear it. Love to hear it. What is up, chat? What's up, people watching? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Blues House. One stop destination, entertainment news, film, TV reviews, all things pop culture, man. You know how we like to do. Welcome to the house. Welcome to the house. We're gonna be talking about the Quiet on the Set documentary, which is the Nickelodeon documentary. That's gonna be the main topic. I also want to go into this Beetlejuice trailer. You know what I mean? And maybe what's the other trailer? The Aliens trailer. Did you see that, Mick?
Mm-mm.
Ain't seen none of it. Copyright strikes tonight. Let's go.
Just clap your hands, everybody. Everybody, clap your hands. To the people in the back, clap your hands. Come on, in the front, clap your hands. Let me hear.
And we are back. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let's see who in the comments. Mr. YouTube. Mr. YouTube changed his name, man. You see that? Mr. YouTube 92 instead of Mr. Tube U. He
And y'all
changed it.
kept saying it wrong.
He didn't have to change it for me, man. Don't we
No,
was
I said
saying it wrong.
y'all.
We was gonna get it
You and
right.
Dre were
I
saying it
know we
wrong.
was gonna get it right. We was gonna get it right. We're gonna try to. Pam, hey Pam, what's good? What's good? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Mo, what it do? What it do? Yes, the juice is loose. I was waiting on OJ to like show up in the trailer. He never showed up, but it is what it is. You know,
Mm-mm.
it is what it is. Let me get this trailer popping. Um, but yeah, Mika, what I need like music in the background. You think we need some music or something like that?
Yeah.
Liven it up.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
It'd be a little stale, huh? I'm gonna have to figure out like some kind of sound. What type of music? You want some trap? You want some drill? What you want in the back?
I don't listen to none of that.
It'll just be an instrumental or something like that. You know what
I'm
I'm
a
saying?
90s R&B person. I
You,
don't listen to nothing new.
you
Nothing
want?
new.
He said I made it official. That's right. That's right. You said you want 90s R&B.
Oh no, that's all I listen to.
Okay. I was gonna say. I mean,
Yeah, I don't
next
listen to
year I'm gonna have to
anything
figure
new.
out.
Y'all be
I gotta figure
me,
out something.
the baby, her baby, his baby. I don't
You
listen to none of
silly,
that.
little baby. You silly. Let's do this trailer. Talk a little bit about it. It was good. It was good to see. Nah, that's the wrong one. It's somebody else's shit. This it? Yeah. Warner Brothers be tripping too, so I know they gonna try to crack us over the head. Come on. There we go. I'm surprised you ain't seen it on me. You know, this thought this would be right up your alley. Try to turn it down a little bit. Maybe they won't catch it. Pause. Okay, so this is the bridge,
Mm-hmm.
right? First
Mm-hmm.
Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Okay, going back to the house. So, because I watched the trailer, but I didn't pay attention to it. So I'm guessing she is Lydia Dietz's daughter. I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, gonna see. We gonna see. Turn that a little bit more. What you call them gonna show up? Well, I know Alec Baldwin ain't gonna show up, but you know,
No, no, no. Or I don't know. Maybe they will because they were. I mean, ghosts only hang out on the planet until they move on to the afterlife. Until they move on to yeah.
Yeah, but they never moved. Did they move on? I ain't watched it in a
They
minute.
stayed in the house. They
They
stayed in
stayed
the
in the house,
house.
right?
Yeah, they stayed in the house.
'Cause they died on the bridge and then they stayed in the house.
Yeah, all the way to the end of the movie. Like
All the
they
way to the
lived with
end.
the family
Yeah.
towards the like all the way through the end of the movie. So it's assumed that they continue to stay in the house. But again, ghosts only stay until they complete their unfinished business, and then they move on. So I don't know if that's how it works in Tim Burton's world, but that's just that's what the lore
What would have
is.
been their unfinished business though? Yeah, like I don't know what their unfinished business would have
What
been.
was their reason for staying in the house? This ghost. Why did they go on to heaven?
I know that. Remember, they had just bought the house and they was moving in, right? They had just moved in. They died on the bridge.
What was it? That's what I'm saying. Like the unfinished business of a ghost that's the only reason why they stay on Earth is that they have unfinished business. So, but this is Tim Burton's world. We just live in it. So,
Tim Burton, the man. Sometimes he the man.
I think they should have left it alone.
What? You think they should have left it alone?
We don't need to
Break it down.
We
Break it
did.
down like a
We
fact.
needed
Tell me why.
we needed a second Beetlejuice back in the 80s or the 90s. Like we don't need one now. Like I don't give a. Let me not say it like that. What's the purpose of bringing back Beetlejuice? What's the purpose of?
Nostalgia,
I
baby,
mean,
nostalgia.
no, this. I don't care.
Nostalgia, baby. You know what it is.
No, I think they just wanted Jenna Ortega to be Lydia Deet's daughter, and because she looks so much like her. That's all that I think. That's what they did it for. I don't even think who asked for a second Beetlejuice movie? Like really? Like we asked for a sequel back in the day. Like, oh, can we get a sequel, please? Like,
and maybe this has just been on the floor for so long, and they just got to do it. Like Tim Burton. When's the last thing Tim Burton
got bored?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. What's the last thing he did? He hasn't done nothing in a while. What was the last thing he was attached to? I want to say, I don't know why I'm thinking. Yeah, not Hellraiser. It was something like it was an actual official. It wasn't like a Tim Burton style movie, but I think he was like a producer on something.
He did mostly the claymation stuff. So
yeah, the claymation stuff. Mr. YouTube say you ain't rocking with the 70s and 80s R&B?
Anything before the 90s.
She like that. She like that new Lenny Williams. She stole my draw. She loved that. That's her joint.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's see. The last movie he did would have been. I don't know if we can't count Planet. Mrs. Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Oh, that was actually pretty dope though.
I think he probably was a producer on that. Let me go to his
I had liked that. That was pretty dope.
Go to his filmography. There we go. So Dumbo. He was the director. He was the director of Dumbo. He was the director for Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. He did Big Eyes. He did Frankenweenie. He did Dark Shadows, Alice in Wonderland, and that's just to 2010. So he hasn't done anything in like 5 years because he did. I didn't even know he directed Dumbo.
Oh, he directed Dumbo, the live action joint. That movie didn't take off whatsoever.
Yeah, it was directed by Tim Burton. Maybe that's why it was a little darker than usual.
Dumbo. I think they was just going down to Disney. They were like, let's do this one, Dumbo. Yeah, like who was checking for a live action Dumbo? I guess that would have been the easier one to do, but ain't wasn't nobody checking for Dumbo. Wasn't nobody check Dumbo. Wasn't nobody checking for Dumbo back there. That was probably like the least watched. Were you like a Dumbo fan?
No.
Yeah, I don't know nobody who was really like head over heels for like Dumbo. Lena, what's up, Selena?
What's up?
What's up? Yeah, I don't know anybody who was head over heels for Dumbo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so 5 years between this and Beetlejuice. So yeah.
So what are we looking? You said it shouldn't have been made, but since it's being made, what are we looking for from it?
I ain't looking for nothing. Because I'm probably gonna wait for streaming. I'm waiting for it to hit streaming. Yeah. I
It
think
might.
I
I
think
mean,
I think what I think the with the first Beetlejuice you got lightning in a bottle, right?
yeah.
It should have been it's just one of those things that it's just a once in a lifetime thing. And so if I did have expectations from this movie, it would be number 1 and 2, are you bringing back the original couple that lived in the house, because they
Yeah.
still live in the house. They're still
That was my
ghosts.
question too.
Where
That's
they
what I
at?
was looking for.
Where they at?
In this teaser, I was, but we can't have the Baldwin guy. He can't come back. He's fighting the case
Oh,
right now.
you could just recast him.
Recast. But
But they still gotta
Gina
look,
Davis got to come back. I love Gina Davis.
or do like y'all did with Candyman and just CGI their faces, because they don't get old. They still got to
True.
be the same. They still
You're
got to
right.
look the same as from the original movie,
Yeah,
right?
they got to
So,
look the same.
and for what we seen, I mean, CGI has changed a lot since this movie came out so many years ago, 1988.
88.
You see how Beetlejuice, they brought Beetlejuice, and he looked more like a ghost than
Yeah.
he did like
Yeah.
physical
And
sense.
I was gonna, seeing him come back. That's a good observation, because I was like the way they made him look different. I thought they would at least try to keep him looking like 88.
But you got to
Beetlejuice.
remember, he died at the end of Beetlejuice. He got ate by a sandworm.
He did,
So when you die, do you die again?
But Beetlejuice, like, what is Beetlejuice? Because he wasn't a ghost.
He's a geist. He was a
he's like
basically what
I
is it
thought he was
called?
more like
A poltergeist. That's what he was.
poltergeist.
He's a poltergeist,
He's
right?
not a ghost. He's like a polter. So does he?
So
Does
see,
his?
I'm poking holes in a story.
Yeah, but does the way Beetlejuice interacts with the world and the way regular ghosts interact with the world, is it different? Because, like you said, with Gina Davis's and Alec Baldwin's characters, they died, and they didn't even die at the house. They died on the damn bridge. How did they end up back at the house?
Right. So like that again, that unfinished business. That you know what I'm saying? Like maybe there's something else that needed to be done on their end, and that's the reason why they went home. But even then, like they even though they were ghosts, like they were physical, you know what I'm saying? Like we couldn't see through them or anything like that. They weren't ghosts.
Right.
But with CGI, obviously we can now turn them into more of Spectre looking like ghosts, where you can see through them.
They could have did that in 88.
Could they? Because they really didn't.
I just don't think
all the ghosts in Beetlejuice were like, they look like me and you. They were flesh.
No, they did. No, I'm just saying if they wanted to, but that's why I'm saying with this one, with Beetlejuice coming back now, like you said, a little bit of transparency to him. He looks more ghostly. Is there actual real reason behind that? You know what I'm saying? You pointed it out. I'm just trying to, kind of push along your point, because I agree with your point.
I think it's probably
now?
just one of those things where he's like, one, get revenge against revenge against the Deeds, particularly Lydia, because she was supposed to marry him against her will. But she was supposed to marry him, and now she has a daughter, and it's trying to figure out, like, I don't know, like it's a lot right now. Like, is her daughter the one that brings Beetlejuice back?
Yeah, because he just showed up. Talking about the juice is loose. Like, how did you just show up? Is it because the Deets show up? Like, does he know that that the Deets is back? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think what happened is the dad died. That's why we see the funeral scene. The dad dies, and it's just
he passed away in real life.
I want to say yes.
Yeah, I think he passed away in real life.
But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Did he even give a premise on what this? Hold on, let me see. The story followed the Deets family movement. That was back in the 90s. I don't know. I got nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for too. I don't.
Oh, they were supposed to do Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian in 1991.
Okay,
that's funny.
Why would they
I
go Hawaiian?
don't know.
Okay, whatever. The cartoon. So could it? You remember the cartoon?
I have the T-shirt.
Was that what was that on? Was that I want to say it was Nick. Wow, I'm thinking
No, I
it
want to say it
wasn't-
was on Fox. I want to say it was on Fox.
was it on fire? Either way,
Oh no,
I
it was
think
on ABC. It was on ABC because I remember
ABC.
it's part of the Saturday morning
Saturday,
cartoon
yeah.
lineup. Like bump under the, wait, was it the monster under the bed or whatever? What was it called? Bump in the
Mhm.
night. That was the name of the show.
Bump in the night, yeah. But I think you do the opposite this time. I think you do the reverse. You do cartoon, get kids, and you know what I'm saying, because it wasn't a kids movie, but they, you know what I'm saying, with a cartoon coming out, they made it more kid friendly. I think you do that to gain more, because at the end of the day, Beetlejuice hasn't been big in the pop culture zeitgeist. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
my kids don't know about no damn Beetlejuice.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? So
Well, no, my daughter knows
try to-
about Beetlejuice only because of her grandma.
Mm.
That's
But
only,
you
that's only
different
reason
too,
she knows.
yeah, I can see your kids knowing about Beetlejuice and you know stuff like that. But I think they should, for marketing purposes, I think maybe a re-release of the cartoon or trying to get kids involved, you know what I'm saying, in this, because I can see this end up being a dud and them using Gina Ortega as, you know what I'm saying, the notoriety to push it because of her will, you know, her being Wednesday and everything like that. But I don't know. This might end up falling on deaf ears and blind eyes, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
because, you know, nostalgia bait is dope. Like I'm with it. But then how, you know, how what was the impact of Beetlejuice after what, maybe 90, 91?
I mean, for us, Beetlejuice became a classic. Like it became one of those things that if it came on TV, you was gonna watch. Or like if you're flipping through channels and you saw Beetlejuice was on, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna sit here and watch this." Or if you sit in a doctor's
Right.
office and Beetlejuice is on, I mean, you have a choice, but you was gonna watch it. You know,
Mhm.
it became it. Beetlejuice became nostalgia for us. So I get what you're saying as far as like, yay, nostalgia. However, comma, make it make
Right.
sense. Make it make sense. Like the Deets no longer live in the house. Do you know the other ghosts still live in the house? You never touched on that. You know, what's the reason behind Beetlejuice even coming back if he was quote eaten by a sandworm? Now unless he
Right.
like slit the sandworm open after the movie. I mean, and got out. Maybe they'll explain that. How he got out of the sandworm's belly.
Now I thought he got ate by the sandworm. Then he ended up. Remember, he was sitting on the bench with the dude shrunk his head. That was the supposed to
Yeah,
be.
okay,
going-
so again, like the holes in this. I thought this mofo died, but I guess
I thought that was
as
like the afterlife, but the afterlife, right?
right, a poltergeist. I guess what it goes back to what you said, a poltergeist isn't really a ghost; it's a poltergeist. So
Right.
maybe he ends up back in the land of the dead, even though he was already dead.
Yeah, I don't know. They got to fix something. Something. You're right. Like it's a hose. Like King, like Mo said. Mo said some holes in there's some holes in this house. There's some holes in this house. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You're right, Mika. I don't. He died. Sandworm ate him. He ended up sitting next to the small head dude. He shrunk his head. Remember, they switched numbers. What was the numbers for? They were supposed to go see
Oh, the numbers was for them to go see their caseworker.
the caseworker. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the caseworker didn't. Maybe paid his dues and now he can come back. I don't know.
It's wild. It's wild.
It's wild. It's wild. Y'all let us know what y'all think about the new Beetlejuice 2. Is it just called Beetlejuice 2? Beetlejuice? Is
It's
that
called
what it's called?
Beetlejuice. Don't say it a
Okay,
third
Beetlejuice.
time.
It's the third time. Don't say the third time. Beetlejuice. The juice is loose. Y'all let us know in the comments down below.
Probably
Now,
won't see
Mika,
that.
are you a fan? Huh?
I say probably won't see that one.
Probably won't see it. Okay. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Are you? Because I don't think I saw you do it yet. I don't think Ripley has showed up yet. She ain't even been on none of your polls.
No, actually, she has. She was on
Which one?
one, and everyone voted for somebody else. She was on one of them.
Okay. Okay. Are you a fan of the franchise?
Not
Alien.
really. Not really. I'm more of a Predator fan.
Hey, I'm with it. I like Predator too.
Don't get
But
me wrong.
you
I
ha-
have seen it. I've seen
Mhm.
Aliens. I think I watched Aliens 3. And I think that's
Like
why I
you really
stopped.
don't need to go no further than Alien and Aliens. Aliens 3 was
Oh
dope,
no,
but you
yeah.
don't, you don't
Aliens
have
3
to.
suck.
I enjoyed Alien 3
I
up
did.
until the point that I did. Because Alien 3 was the clone, right? On the jail world had Rock in it and all them, Charles S.
Mhm.
Dutton, and yeah. It was dope up until
It wasn't.
it wasn't. Yeah. It was like a dope. It was, and then once it got to the point to where it's like she was the mother of the alien,
Right.
I was like, this
And
nah.
she was just like, she's just laying in with them and just,
Yeah.
lady, what are you doing?
I was cool after that. I was like, damn, this was dope. She a clone and shit. It's cool. She, you know what I'm saying? And then that scene, especially where the alien got sucked out through the small tiny hole. I was good on that. That was it. Yeah, I was good on that. Good on that. But we have Alien Romulus, which is, I don't know if it's a direct sequel to that or a prequel or whatever this time period is,
Can't
but
be
I
a
think it gets
prequel
rid of.
because
Well, what I mean
prequel
by
is
prequel as far
Prometheus.
as right before, not Prometheus and all of that. I think they're not even acknowledging Prometheus and
Trash.
what was the other one?
That's, I don't remember.
I can't remember. Which I actually liked Prometheus and whatever the other one was. I actually liked them as far as the lore when it came to aliens. You know what I'm saying? Like talking about the shit. I can't even the engineers and all of that stuff. But yeah.
It
So
says it's a standalone interquel set between the events of Alien and Aliens.
okay, I'm with it.
So I guess a sequel to Alien and a prequel to
And the
Aliens.
prequel to Aliens. Yeah. So I am with that. Where is it at?
Is Ripley coming back? No, damn.
Nah, Ripley ain't coming back. No Ripley. I don't even know if she would want to come back. But here we go.
She kind of old.
Yeah, she is kind of old. Fede Alvarez.
Ooh, Don't Breathe.
Oh, he did Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe.
Yeah.
And
And
Evil
Evil
Dead.
Dead.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So even just looking at that first scene or of this trailer, and it's just a little teaser trailer. Looking at this, it's already putting us back in the vein of those first two movies, the Alien and the Aliens. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Which
Hashtag
I'm
dead.
with. Hashtag dead. DED dead or DEAD?
Nah, dead. Dead.
Dead.
Oh, heck.
There you saw him? Oh. Boom.
Oh,
There we go.
got her.
Okay, we got a female protagonist.
She dead.
Dead.
So what is this
okay.
like a college?
Who?
What is it, like a college field trip?
I don't know. I mean, you know,
all them look mad young. They all look like they in college.
maybe
Just freshmen, just sophomores.
I mean, but
space.
if you go back to the one in the 80s, they was young on that too. It's just the 80s young look old.
Young adults.
You know, 80s young look old.
That's what I'm saying. They were young adults. These look like teenagers on a field trip. Hey, we gonna go check out what's going on with this ship. And next thing you know,
80s young look like 30. You know that.
Facts.
80 when you was
Facts.
when you was 21, 22 in the 80s, you look like you was 31, 32. I don't know why, but that's just what it was. But no, I like the aesthetic already. I would want to go see it. It seems like it's going back to the horror roots, the aspect of it. Do you get that sense?
Yeah, especially the scene where all the face huggers just bust through the door and they coming after it. But if y'all ain't never played the Aliens game at Dave and
Yeah.
Buster's, that's a whole different type of fear. Like
Yeah.
when them face huggers just come out of nowhere and they break out of that egg and they just start running toward it, that's a whole different type of fear.
Which is, and that I think that's what they're trying to invoke. Got to invoke fear. I think they got away from it. With, like I said, with Prometheus and the other one, just too much exposition, not enough scares, not enough. This shit is scary. Turn the corner and it's a face hugger or alien. You know what I'm saying? With 2 miles and it goes through your head, through your skull, stuff like that. Goo all over the wall. We got to get the whatever that is, the alien sperm wall. We got to get that.
Gross.
Got to get that.
That's
Gross,
nasty.
right? It's nasty.
That's
Got to
nasty.
get that. Got to get that. Most say 30 in the 80s look like you had grandchildren.
Facts. Facts.
I told you that 80s young was something else, something different. The female protagonist, is that the staple of alien of these type of films? Does it always have to be?
So, little known fact.
Mhm.
And I was gonna do this when I actually did Ripley too. The character Ripley was actually Alien was supposed to be an all male cast. She wasn't originally supposed to be the survivor. She was supposed to actually she wasn't supposed to be a part of she wasn't supposed to be a part of the movie at all. Ripley wasn't supposed to be a part of the movie at all. The Ripley was originally a male. So of course the director and the producer changed it and the rest is history. So now, yes, going forward, and because Sigourney Weaver did such an amazing job as Ripley, like it's just become a staple of Alien that it's only going to be a female survivor.
Do you think she changed the game when it came to like female?
The final girl? Yeah.
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 Well, not just final girl, but female led, because she was not only was she final girl, but she was like
badass.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean that's part of the reason why I'm doing the 31 Days of Women in Horror, because some of the women that I am presenting are complete badasses, you know, in their movies, and there's a reason why they end up being the final girl. Although everybody's not a final girl on the list, but but that's the reason why, like the Alien and Aliens took off, because Sigourney Weaver did such an amazing job being a badass.
She did. Was that her first? This was pre Ghostbusters too, right?
I want to say yes.
Ghostbusters was what, 85?
Let's see.
Alien was Alien 79?
79.
Yeah.
So Ghostbusters came out in 1984. Yep.
84. Okay. Yeah, Mo, the alien sperm wall. You know, it be dripping. It got the jizzes everywhere. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on.
Is that the same stuff that come out of their mouth when they be drooling?
I think, yeah. I don't know.
If that is, that's acid. Like,
I don't know.
Am I right or wrong? Like,
no. So from what I understand, their blood is acid, not what the, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
They just be dripping on you. They just be dripping on you, just right down your face.
Yeah,
gross.
Like,
that's nasty.
That's nasty. It's nasty. Is that Rev Ike Turner in the building? Rev Ike Turner. Salute to Rev Ike Turner. Rev Ike Turner say Prometheus was amazing. I enjoyed Prometheus. Like I said, I like the lore, the storytelling aspect of Prometheus. It did miss the mark on some things. You know what I'm saying? It was a huge, and when I say it was a huge film, meaning the cinematography of the film, it was huge. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot of things going on. And it was a lot of like stuff in the background to break down, a lot of Easter eggs and things of that nature. So that's why I liked Prometheus. If you are a fan of the Alien Predator lore, you know what I'm saying? If you want to add them and put them all together and having some type of background on each one, I thought that was, because I think they need to do something like that with Predator. I think we need some, maybe not. Maybe we don't need no background on Predator.
We did get background on Predator and Prey.
Nah, it wasn't like background. I'm talking about like I wouldn't mind just a movie with predators, no human. You know what I'm saying? No human. Subtitles,
Nah,
something like that.
no.
You say no?
We ain't gonna get. You know, we're not gonna get that. Hell,
I know. I'm just
I
saying.
can barely get subtitles for regular movies. Being there,
saying.
being there. What they said? I don't even know what they said.
Just think it'd be dope. Like they be talking their language, the yakja. They talk their language, and you know what I'm saying?
Nah, son.
But it be in subtitles.
Yeah, put it on Hulu. Don't put it in the movie theater.
No, it could be in it can go to Hulu. I'm just saying, I think it'd be dope to have that. Just a straight Predator movie.
I'm pretty sure it's
Maybe
coming.
different factions of predators. You know what I'm saying? Like going up against each other or the history of it. Weak predators, strong predators. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's got to be some type of politics. I know it's politics involved. It got to be, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
They consider Prey the prequel.
I know. Prey is dope, and they supposed to be doing one in feudal Japan. I think that's what they said the next one is gonna be. But
Okay.
you don't think that'd be dope? Predators and samurais and shinobis, ninjas, and
Okay,
shit
now
like
it's getting ridiculous.
that's
I
dope.
gave y'all the, you know what? I gave y'all the Native Americans because
Come on, man.
okay. But we're
That
talking
is
about
dope.
an advanced alien technique.
Yes.
We're talking about an advanced alien civilization
Mhm.
getting they behind whoop with sticks and rocks.
Mika.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not hard to
Samurai's
take.
the
It's
word
not
now.
hard. You got to think it's not really. Even when Arnold took the Predator down, he took him down with sticks and stones, like all the
Nah, he took him down with booby traps.
right, but they was booby traps with sticks and stones.
But that's different.
He killed
You
the
gonna
he
have a
basically
whole
killed
bunch.
the Predator with a tree log. He killed him with a tree log.
Still, you want people to be running around with swords against an alien race that has laser guns?
Yeah, I think it'll be dope.
That'd be
It'd
crazy.
be dope.
That would be wild.
There's a Predator coming where the Predator faces a pirate. See, even the gun. Remember that gun? That came from it is a little history lesson on where he got the little colonial gun from. I can't remember it right now off the top of my head, but that's in the comics though. That's in the comics. Cocaine Bear gave Predator run for his money. That bear did whoop his ass.
Sure did.
That bear whooped his ass. You right about that. But I'm saying like because, and that's what I mean by getting some background on Predator, because this, how I looked at this Predator that came to Earth against these Native Americans, I don't even know if he was there for them. Huh?
You gotta be politically correct. Indigenous people.
Indigenous people of America.
No, not the America, just indigenous people.
I mean, but there's indigenous people on every continent, so of America though.
I said what I said.
But because I don't even think I think he was there for like the bear and stuff, right? He wasn't there for the people.
He wasn't there for the bear.
Yeah, he was not there for the people.
He just got it whooped by the bear.
No, if I
He just
remember,
randomly say, "Oh, I want a bear to eat."
No, but no, he wasn't. He was hunting like the remember because he took what's the wolf? Didn't he hunt a wolf at first?
I have to rewatch that movie.
Yeah, I had to rewatch. I thought it was like a wolf, and then he went after the bear. He like was just going up the ladder. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. I could be wrong, but I thought he was just like going up the ladder, and they just got into his line of sight. You know what I'm saying? And then, because you know their whole code is, you know what I'm saying, whoever's the top dog, we got to take them out. So he looked at them like they was the top dog. So especially her, she was out there putting in work. So I can most definitely see that in feudal Japan. Come on, man. Come on, you got to jump on board, Mika.
No, I said that she was attacked, but she was attacked by the grizzly bear, and then the predator jumped in to fight the grizzly bear. That's all it says.
Yeah, because he was actually, I thought he was hunting the grizzly. The grizzly did come after her, but he was actually in pursuit of the grizzly. That's what I thought. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Sometimes I'd be wrong.
To watch that again.
Maybe a lot I'd be wrong.
What's up, Stizzle?
Stizzle, what up? But I mean, feudal. Well, where else could you go then with the next Predator? Because they're gonna do another one. Because this one should have went to the theaters. They kicking themselves in the ass for not putting that Predator movie in the theater.
That one should have went to the theaters. But you know, there's a lot going on during that time.
Was it still? I don't even. Was it COVID? I think that had just came out of COVID, right?
Nah, it was released in 2022.
2022. Okay.
In
No, we was
August.
coming out. I
Yeah,
thought-
we was out of COVID.
Yeah, right. I mean, it was still, lingering effects and stuff. I don't know if the theaters was open or anything like that, but I think we was coming out of COVID. They could have held it a little while longer. But yeah, so what's the next? I mean, we got this Aliens, because that's why they putting this Aliens in theaters, is because of Prey didn't
Yeah,
go.
it was originally supposed to go on Hulu, but I guess they
Mhm.
learned their lesson from Predator and was like, no, we're gonna go ahead and put this out in the theater this time. So we'll see if it fails, because again, I just have this thing about horror movies and this younger generation being a part of it.
Mhm.
Like people when it comes, especially except for the Scream movies, because it's always supposed to be some type of teenage college dynamic for those, unless you're Sidney Prescott and you just live
Teenage.
forever. But I don't know. It just seemed like a bunch of teenagers, almost like Jason X.
Mm.
And I like Jason X. It's probably like one of my favorite movies. But you just
Jason,
threw a whole bunch of teenagers in here. It was like, go fight the aliens. Everybody dead.
dead.
Except for the last
Mhm.
girl who probably, well, from the trailer, it looked like she just got her face bit in by the little mouth or the big alien. I never understood the little mouth.
The little. That's the never mind.
It's like
That's just to open you up. You know what I mean? That's just to open you up
that's
a little
gross. That's gross.
bit.
That's
Just
gross. That's gross.
oh man. Just to open you up a little bit. But yeah, that's Alien Romulus. And if you know anything about Romulus, I ain't finna give y'all no history lesson and stuff like that. But y'all go look up. I think that would have something to do with Remus and Romulus. I think it has something to do with it. The brothers, were they brothers from a wolf? It's crazy. It's wild.
Oh, you talking
Either
about
way.
Greek mythology?
Yeah. Yeah, Greek mythology. Either way, I'm gonna go check it out. I think I will go to this. I haven't been to the movies in a while. Somebody wanted me to go and review the American Society of Magical Negroes, and I was like, no.
Pay me.
I said, nah, man, I can't even subjugate myself to do that. I just really can't. You know what I'm saying? And
I
then
agree, Sizzle. I agree.
Some bad Predator films, but overall, that franchise has been better than Aliens. It has.
I agree.
It has. I think that
That's why I said I'm a Predator fan. Like,
what do you count Aliens versus Predator? Who does that belong to?
It's actually counted towards the Alien installments. So this movie that's getting ready to come out counts as the 9th movie of this entire series, this entire installment.
Crazy. They count that towards?
Yeah, they count those two. They count Prometheus and the other movie and the two Alien versus Predator movies.
That first one I think would be more of a Predator movie. If I was to weigh them, more of a Predator movie. Shit. Yeah, more of a Predator movie. That second one, I would say more of an Alien movie, because he was running around the town or whatever. That movie was trash, and you could barely see it. You couldn't even watch that shit.
Hey, man, that movie made me so mad. I had to turn the brightness up on my TV.
Yeah, it was not watchable. How did that even make it past the like that? Oh man, it was just dark. And the crazy thing is, I went to the movie theaters to see it.
So me too. I was like, is this movie exceptionally dark, or is it just me? I feel like I'm blind. What am I watching?
What is going on?
What
Like
is
the
happening?
pool scene, all you hear is the splashing, and you can't see nothing. Whatever.
Oh, there is a upcoming Predator movie called Badlands.
Badlands. It's in Japan, right?
I don't know. It's called the Badlands. It's called Badlands.
They should send them to Africa, Wakanda.
Next
Send them to
topic.
Wakanda.
No, in the Predator series, they do not count they call Alien versus Predator the crossover. They're the crossover series. So Alien actually does count Alien versus Predator as part of their installment.
Okay. Still says, AVP project should be both. I mean, I guess it just depends on how you look at it as far as being both. I think Predators, like, both of y'all said, the franchise is just so much better that they could toot their nose up to that bullshit and be like, we don't want that bullshit. That's
right. That's a crossover film.
yeah,
we don't care.
we don't even care about that. You know what I'm saying? So, because even the bad Predators wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I go back and I watch part 2. I used to give part 2 so much shit. Like I used to hate part 2. You know what I'm saying? I used to hate it.
With Danny
I
Glover.
go back and watch it now. I'm like, okay, this actually ain't that bad of a movie. You know what I'm saying? Really not that bad. And then you get 3, which I think 3 actually is. I put 3 up there pretty high. I put 3 and 4 up there actually pretty high. Well,
Predators and the Predator.
Yeah, the Predator.
I like the Predator. It got weird though.
It got weird at the end. That's
I was gonna say it did get weird at the end, but I like the Predator.
It was good. Yeah. It was good. And then
I also like Predators too.
I like Predators better than I like the Predator.
Yeah, agreed.
Predators was dope. I like, you know what I'm saying, sending them to
a
like
remote
the
island
world.
and
Yeah, I thought that was dope. That was good. And then them, you know what I'm saying, going up against kind of the humans, not really caring, you know what I'm saying, not really building the team that they should have built to try to get off the island, off the planet and everything. You got fucking the dude from the 70s show. You know what I'm saying?
There was a samurai in this movie.
It was. Well, he wasn't a real samurai, but
yeah, he was. He was a Japanese assassin.
Yeah, he was in the triad.
Yeah,
that's what he was. But no, I thought it was
still a samurai.
I give it to him.
He took them shoes off in the middle of the jungle, baby. You better than me.
Yeah. But see, his skill set wouldn't be as honed as an actual samurai from 15th century.
Yep, 16th. He's gonna run up and the alien gonna say "Shion," cut you right in half and be like,
I tell you, I think it'll be a different story. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Just like he did old boy in Predators. True. He took his things off, like, all right, I'm gonna give you these paws.
He did.
And did.
He did. But nah, the Predators. See, Steve, look, Predators in feudal Japan is fire. I'm trying to tell you, that's fire, man. Fire and desire. It's fire, man. I'm trying to tell you. That's what it is. You just don't hate on that, Mika.
I ain't hate on nothing.
All right, y'all let us know what y'all think about Aliens Romulus. And I like the Aliens Predator franchise, how they they together. When you talk about aliens, you think about Predator. When you think about Predator, you think about aliens. I think that's dope. I
don't think about aliens. I think about Predator.
You think about Predator. But I think that's dope. Y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments down below. Next up, man. Final main topic. Trigger warning. I guess you got to say that nowadays. But quiet on the. Do you have to?
You have to.
Okay. You got to, especially dealing with this. Quiet on the Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV was a documentary that came out, I want to say Tuesday. I think it dropped Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the doc. I finished it up today, man. Childhood. I don't want to say childhood ruined, but it made me look back at that time like it was wild like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I went back and watched because all that is on Netflix. Yeah. So I've gone back and watched all that because I was like, oh, childhood, let's go. And I was like, wait a damn minute.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. But it's also nothing that we haven't already experienced from Nickelodeon shows. I don't know how many times Rocko's Modern Life gets mentioned or how many times Ren and Stimpy gets mentioned, how those shows were not for Us, but they were shown on a kids network. But all
Okay.
that,
Watching,
Drake and Josh, Sam and Cat, Victorious, all them other shows. Yeah.
and see, the crazy thing is they more so with this in the doc, they more so focused on like the live action stuff. They never brought up like like Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life, anything like that. But Dan Snyder, who was the guy who he didn't create all that, but he was a producer on it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And he was a writer. And so, you know what I'm saying? His humor was it's just nasty. It's just he a creep. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude is a creep. And the way that y'all gotta watch this doc, man. It make you feel like nasty. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you think of the jokes or some of the stuff that was going on, and you looking at it from adult. When I was a kid, shit was, you know what I'm saying? It is funny because you're not thinking with a sexual brain. You thinking with a kid's brain. You know what I mean?
Right.
But now, as an adult, and you know about the money shot or shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you like, hold on, man. Like, they had Ariana Grande was doing this one little get up where she was laying on the bed, drenching herself in water, making these noises. I was like, what the fuck is that? Who let that happen? Why is this on, you know what I'm saying, Nickelodeon? What is...
And also trying to squeeze juice out of a potato.
Out of a potato, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man. So it was wild, man, watching that doc. Let me bring up.
Yeah, I've seen, obviously I have not watched the doc, not because I didn't want to, y'all, but I have seen snippets, and I think the most disturbing one was from Drake Bell.
Oh, his story is heartbreaking, man.
His story is completely heartbreaking.
Yeah,
like,
his story is
Dan
heartbreaking.
Snyder hires this complete pedophile to come and work and be, what was it?
He was like a movement, not a movement coach.
Dang it. Not acting coach, but a coach. He was a coach on the set.
He was a coach on the set.
But not just a coach to Drake Bell, also a coach to Leonardo DiCaprio. Like all of these other childhood actors, and just watching the video of him with Leo made me cringe. I was like,
he was rubbing
like
up
the
on
way
Leo.
you're just a little bit too close to him for my comfort. And and that's why I said if my daughter ever got into being an actress, I am on set. Y'all not gonna run me off. I'll be like, hey, you're too close.
Thing, though, right? Yeah, that was Drake Bell's dad was on point.
Oh yeah.
His dad was like, what are you doing, man? What he said, he really noticed, he had noticed his son Drake Bell getting close with the dude. You know, all right, they, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
I mean, yeah, they work together.
He would notice, like you said, the subtle, he would rub on his
rub his
like not like one of these, but he was like rubbing down like what he did with Leo. You know what I'm saying? And then he said at one point in time, they had to the wardrobe change. He said he came in there to help him change his in and out of his clothes. And he was like, hey man, my son can change his own damn clothes. I don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't need you. So
they gaslit the father, like straight up.
Oh no,
they gaslit him straight up and down.
Yeah, but like I said, he was vigilant. He stayed on point, regardless of, because it's just like, because if you watch the documentary, a lot of the parents, they didn't want to shake the boat or disturb anything, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Damn that.
So Drake Bell's father, he went to the executives and said, hey man, this dude, keep him away, something not right, yada yada yada. So for the most part, he was keeping his son away, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep it as professional as possible. But the dude was in Drake Bell's ear. Hey, your dad is stealing money. Hey, the reason why you're not getting this role is because your dad, you know what I'm saying? So he said that Drake Bell was over this because his parents was divorced, and his dad, I guess he lived with his dad or whatever, but he was over at his mom's house, and he said, my ex-wife called me up and said that he was like, the most devastating news was he didn't want me to be his manager no more. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, that really hurt me. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, okay, well, if this what Drake wanted, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because he was all about doing whatever Drake wanted to do. And he was like, so I gave my wife the bank accounts and all this, how to, told her how to do all the stuff. And he said, and I told her, do not let, I forgot the dude's name,
Brian
Beck,
Peck. Brian
Peck.
Peck. Yeah.
Do not let him around Drake. Do not let this man around our son. Do not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
And
the mother,
here's the crazy part. Nobody believed Drake Bell when he came out with these allegations decades ago. It took a whole documentary for other people to stand up and say something, and for Drake Bell to finally tell the whole story for people to believe him. And I fully believe that Josh owes him an apology.
he said the only person, which is, this is crazy. He said the only person who reached out to him was Dan Snyder.
Of course it was.
The only person. Didn't nobody else. Because he was like, did Nickelodeon or anybody? He was like, the only person who reached out to me was Dan Snyder.
And you know why Dan Snyder reached out to you? To save face. Because I don't know. I don't know if you saw the interview I sent you.
Which one? The where he was with Dan Snyder apologizing or saying what he said?
He apologized. Like he's like, I saw the documentary and I apologize to anybody that I've hurt. Boy, if y'all run me my money.
Right now. Well, I mean, they got him up out of there too. The thing with him was he was like the creep of all creeps. Not like, I don't think he did nothing to no kids. He wasn't like that. His jokes was like his mind was, he thought he was still, to me, this is how I looked at it. He thought he was still, because he came from money, right? He came from money. He was the fat kid. He made it on, he was on, what was that show with Vanessa Williams? Head of the Class? Was he on Head of the Class?
No.
I think he was on Head of the, it was something he was on. And he got famous off of that. He actually wrote sitcoms and stuff for the network, and then that's how he got over to Nickelodeon. But I think he was one of them kids who, since he got picked on, now it's time for me to pick on these kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it out on these kids. Now, this is just my brain. This is how I looked at it.
No, I take it a totally different way.
No, hold on, no, because I'm gonna go into the disturbing aspect. I'm saying this is how I think it started. I think it was like, I'm gonna get back on these kids, but we're gonna, because everybody say, man, we love Dan. Dan, you know what I'm saying? Nobody had anything necessarily bad to say about Dan until they went and watched all they shit over again as adults.
Exactly.
All of them was like, we love Dan. Dan, Dan was the man, yada yada yada.
And then they was like, look at this clip.
Yeah, until they was oh, you know what? Because old girl Giovanni, because I follow her on Instagram, and she was like, yeah, Dan was cool. I never really had a problem with Dan. And then she started going, playing stuff back in her brain, and she was like, you know what? Wait a minute now.
Exactly. Exactly. And just like I said, just watching snippets from the documentary, that is how it was for all of them. Like, we didn't have a problem with him when he was a kid. Actually, I say, we didn't want to upset him because this is like our big break, you know what I'm saying, which is always the thing, right? It's always, we don't want to upset the producers or the writers or anybody from the showrunners because this is, when am I going to get another chance like this, right? But then like they go back and watch everything, like they're, like you said, going back, man, like the little kid that had he was Nose Man and and all that, and he was like, you can't tell me that the noses on my shoulders didn't look like male parts.
Yeah, he said they look like little penises. That's what he said.
And and then the constantly putting the kids in superhero costumes and leotards and things like that. Like,
he said the worst thing that they had to do was, it was like the kids, not Survivor, what was the shit? The dares that they had to do. I forgot what they called it. They called it something, but it was basically kind of like Fear Factor.
Yeah.
Right. And he said, man, They slathered me down in peanut butter. He's like, I hated that. But what got worse was they brought some dogs in to lick it off of me. And he was like, why would what did that have to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Why you? And they showed the clip. Even as a kid, he was like, I don't like this. I feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Even as a kid, he was saying it. But that's Dan Snyder's, all his stuff was like sexual, hella hypersexual.
The pickles.
The
pickles.
They had I forgot the comedian but that was guess who that was? That was the pedophile dude. Pickle
Brian
Man
Peck.
was Brian Beck.
Peck. Yeah.
Or Peck, whatever
Peck.
his name was.
Yeah.
That was Pickle Man. And he slid the pickle through the door like on some glory hole type shit. This shit was nasty, man. This was bad. Nickelodeon need to be straight ashamed of themselves. I don't know how that shit got out. I don't know how.
I already know. Drake Bell came clean with this, and so did Melissa. What is it? Melissa? Not Melissa. What's her name? From
Zoe, from
Sam and Cat.
Sam and Cat.
The girl that plays Sam. She wrote a whole damn book about this.
She did, but I wish she would have
said names because she called him the creator.
Yeah, she just called him the creator. I wish she would have put a name on it.
But we already know who the creator is now.
Yeah. But I still just wish she would have put it.
That man offered her wine at the age of 18 and then gave her a shoulder massage. Boy, you don't touch, don't be touching
his whole thing. But that's so they had 2 female writers on their I want to say for the Amanda Bynes show. And they were like, he wouldn't like today's climate, he wouldn't make it just.
Oh no, not at all.
He wouldn't make it at all the way he moved around or whatever. But he always wanted wardrobe to come in and give him a massage, or have them. They were actual writers on the show. Give me a massage, and he'd have these jokes. He said he would email them certain words that they had to say aloud, and one word was like slut. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I don't want to say that shit. He was like, if you don't say it, you know what I'm saying? So she had to say this word. Like, he was so drunk on power. Because they basically gave him the run of the fucking shit, because he had moved away from the main Nickelodeon building to like damn near his own, you know what I'm saying, kingdom. It was called Nickelodeon. Was it Nickelodeon off Sunset or Paramount off Sunset? It was something like that. But that was basically his shit. You know what I'm saying? Watching this, I'm like, damn, this is crazy. It's crazy. You know what the craziest part though? That dude, Brian Peck, 16 months. That's all he got.
Yep.
16 months. Then went to go work on
Disney Channel.
Was it Zach and Cody? What was it? It was
Yep. Sweet Life with Zach and Cody. Yep.
Crazy. He was a dialogue coach. Yeah, dialogue coach. That's what he was. That is wild. What was it? So they got 5 takeaways from the show. Man, I got to salute Drake Bell, man. He said he was spending the night over there. He woke up and the dude was.
Yep.
I mean, he didn't say what was going on, but in my mind, I guess the dude.
Oh no, they beeped it out. They bleeped it out.
I guess he was giving him some brain.
Yeah. He said he woke up and Brian was on him.
Was on him. And then my fault. You know, I don't know what came over me. Like, what do you mean you don't know what came? Dog, what are you doing? And he said he didn't know what to do. He an hour away from his home. It's night. He was like, if I call my mom, it ain't like she's gonna get here in time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, that shit is bad. That's crazy, man. I don't even like hearing stuff like that.
It's sickening.
It is.
It's sickening, like to the point where it's just like, why is Dan Snyder not in jail?
They investigated him 3 times, Mika.
It's wild.
3 times. The only thing they found was that basically the work he made the work atmosphere bad. But he did legally, he did nothing wrong. Legally, he did nothing wrong. Student says, don't have to watch the Dr. No what went down. Been hearing the bean spill since the early Corey Feldman days. Yeah, and they in the doc, they was talking about just kid actors. I wanted to hear from like Nick Cannon, Keenan and Kel. I wish Amanda Bynes, I wish she was of sound mind and body to speak. You know what I'm saying?
But there's a reason why she's not of sound body and mind to speak anyway, because of all of it. Like, and her story sad too, because he groomed her.
He did. He groomed her he got rid of. So Dan Snyder, he had his one golden girl. I forgot what her name was, but
It was that Ariana Grande.
No, this was before. This was all that. This was the first all that.
Yes.
He had I forgot her name, but she basically started aging out of looking young and cute.
And he wanted somebody to look young.
She was like, I wanted to go to college. I want to go do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And she said she remembered when Amanda Bynes showed up. She said they went to the Laugh Factory. She said Amanda Bynes was dope. Just dope, young. I think she was 8 at the time, 8 or 9, something like that. This dope little girl doing the little bit routine about having a pimple in the nose or something like that. Right. And she said the girl was dope, and then she took my job basically. You know what I'm saying? Like she basically took over for me, and Dan Snyder groomed her from, on up.
Yeah,
and
made her emancipate herself from. Well, tried to make her emancipate herself from her parents, but it failed because the parents was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, no, her parents was on point too.
Oh yeah,
her parents were real strict. They said that her parents would not stay in the green room. Her parents would be down on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And they was very hands. And I think that's another thing too. I think, they got in her head so much and telling her, you don't need them, you don't need your parents, whatever, to the point to where she believed it, and she started looking at her parents like they were the bad guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not letting me do this. I'm the breadwinner of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, as my mama called it, she started smelling her piss. You know what I'm saying? And but I think a lot of the kids was like that. One story that really got me was, it was a black dude. It was not the one who played Nose Boy or whatever, but he was on the revival of all that, and he was he was on the first 2 seasons. And the mama she wasn't difficult, but she asked questions like, what, you know what I'm saying? Why y'all doing this? Why that? That don't look right. No, the kids, and she was one of them mamas.
She's me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so came for the 3rd season, they told her, nah, we ain't bringing your son back. And she already knew why. It wasn't because he didn't do a good job. It was because of, you know what I'm saying? And
because she asked too many questions.
Right. But she said when she went to go tell her son, the look on his face, and she said that played a big role in them two not getting along, because she said the way he looked at it, like, it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't come back. I can't go kick it with my friends because it's your fault. And when they was interviewing him, he was like, yeah, I ain't even get a chance to go and tell, I had built this family. I ain't tell Giovanni, hey, I ain't coming back. I ain't get to tell got the other girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, his people. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was sad that kind of broke up a family. You know what I mean?
Because a mother was protecting her child.
Right.
I'm pretty. I hope you apologize to your mama.
Nah, he because they didn't do an interview together. It might have been the dude that what I just sent you. It might have been him. What I sent in the chat.
Him and his mom. His mom is it can't be him because that dude's mom is actually taking up for Dan Snyder. He's a great, amazing guy. Nah, stand down.
Well, things change after. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling. But I mean, because she never said nothing bad about him. She just said some of the shit that they was doing was not no kiddie shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so but I wanna, let me see. What if I do this little Drake bell? How long is it?
To hear that Brian Peck was a sexual predator, it made me wonder immediately
Yeah.
about who was being hurt.
Who it is, when it happened, where it happened, I have no idea.
It wasn't dealing with anybody on the shows or anything, right?
It was a child actor.
On one of our shows.
Yes.
Yeah, so they didn't even know, because this was before Josh and Drake, Drake and whatever their show was. This was before that, but he was still doing was it Amanda Bynes or all? He was still on that. So they said Giovanni said that when they all had a meeting, and some lawyer people was there, whatever, they had a meeting, came in, they was like, yeah, Brian won't be with us no more, you know what I'm saying? And they had the parents step out and they was asking them, hey, you know, is there anything any of y'all want to tell us? You know what I'm saying? And they was like, nah. So they was looking at each other, but they didn't know who it was that Brian did something to.
Right.
They didn't know. And a lot of them didn't know up until this point right here, right now. His dad didn't even know.
That's wild.
Because he didn't, he said he remember when they sentenced Brian and he went to jail, he called his dad and was like, hey dad, they got him. You know what I'm saying? And his dad was like, oh, I knew something was wrong with him. I'm glad he never got to you. You know what I'm saying? And he said he never told his dad up until, you know, more recently now, but that's wild. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. Yep. Spider-Man. Drake Bell is Spider-Man too. If y'all didn't know, he voiced Spider-Man in all the cartoons on like Disney XD and all of that. Avengers. He was out here getting work, man. He was out here getting work. But yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't like watching this. It really made me, you know what I'm saying, sad or whatever.
In the early 90s, Nickelodeon was kid everything. And you better hope that your house had cable.
Wasn't there to educate you. We were there to have fun, to get slogged, to be entertained.
And this is when Dan Schneider arrives, Nickelodeon's golden boy.
Did you know that lady right here? She looks familiar. Do she look familiar to you?
She said she's a reporter.
Yeah, but she looked like, I'm just like, nah, you've been on TV or something. This what made me kind of like look at this a little from a different, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Right,
you look
right.
familiar. I don't know who she is, but she just looked familiar. But she said she a reporter because I'm like, you talking like you was there. She not talking like from a report. To me, during watching the doc, she wasn't talking like from a reporter standpoint. She was saying like she was there, like she got firsthand information. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what made me kind of look at her like, what's called? You was there. I don't want to play this whole thing because I'm but this lady, this woman right here, she was one of the writers.
Abusive relationship. Dan's treatment of people on his shows was an open secret.
So my lawyer filed complaints, gender discrimination, hostile work environment, harassment, and it was so devastating.
That's the
How
other.
safe can any
This how dope, well, not dope. This how bad that situation was with them. So they had to, for one thing, they had to compete for the job, right? But then they end up both getting hired, but they had to split one salary. They had to split a salary, Mika. Right? I see your face. They had to split a salary.
Okay, that's wild.
That's wild. I said, what? Hold on. How we got to split a salary? And I'm pretty sure it wasn't a high salary, right?
Could have been.
The woman with the first woman I showed her, she ends up leaving. Either she leaves or she gets fired, something like that. So the other lady, you would think that, okay, she get a full salary now, right? That's what you would think.
Mm-hmm.
No, she had to work for like 11 episodes for free. So she said she said after she left and she went back in to, try to finish the show, she was like 4 days in, she just quit too. She was like, I ain't taking this shit. And she ended up suing Dan Snyder. And she thought some things were going to change. And she said, nope, never changed. Even after the settlement, nothing still never changed. It's
That's
just
wild.
listening to that environment, like that work environment was crazy.
It sounds crazy.
But yeah, so they had at one point in time three pedophiles working for Nickelodeon. This first dude right here, he was straight sleazeball. He was emailing. He had like shrines of these girls, Ziploc bags with their panties in it. It's just nasty.
Gross.
It's nasty. Wow. They got him. This is in the middle. That's Pickle Man or whatever you want to call him. Brian Peck got him. And this third dude, I can't remember what the third dude, because they didn't really go in depth on the third dude. Forgot what he was, but all of them, man, physical, you know what I'm saying? Just being just nasty, man. How you got 3 pedophiles?
3
at one time on your, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna see, you know what I'm saying? I can't see that neither, but there was no spread out like, okay, we got a pedophile, and then 10 years later it's another pedophile, okay, and then another 15. No, this was in a span of like that same time period. They was all there high-fiving each other for the most part, basically, you could say.
That's gross.
That's nasty. That's straight nasty, man. That's straight nasty. This, I don't want to harp on this doc too much. It
disturbing.
Just made me look at that time period different, man. You know, like I said, as a kid, Nickelodeon was a big part of my childhood growing up. Probably more so than Disney. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I might be a Nickelodeon child. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. And just to look back, all that, Amanda Bynes is my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like Amanda Bynes.
She lost her mind.
Yeah, but she was like my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a real big fan of Amanda Bynes. I thought she was dope. And like you said, she lost her mind, man. She lost her mind, lost her marbles. Still to this day, still is not functioning. You know, I think they had a conservatorship on her too, the same way they did with Britney Spears. Britney Spears, Jamie. It's a scene. One of that.
Jamie Lynn. Yeah.
Yeah. What if that's in here? That's what they was like the money shot, and I'm pretty sure they didn't know what the hell that was.
Right.
Oh no, I don't think it's in. I don't see it, but they was like laughing. That's when old girl, the one who wrote that book, she was like, was her? No, it was a different girl. It was a different lady. But she was like, at the time, she didn't know what the hell. She heard the men giggling and laughing and say like, that's a money shot or that's a cum shot. And she was like, at that point in time, I didn't think it was funny what happened because it was like, why are you doing this to her? But she was like, I didn't know that it was that. Because she said she didn't know what a damn money shot or a cum shot was. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, and then she was like, as she got older, and she was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the running theme. These kids really didn't know what they was doing.
No, because they're kids.
Yeah.
They're kids. Like Ariana Grande, or actually anybody who was forced to put their feet in their mouth because he had an obsession with feet, or like, having Jamie Lee get goo squirted on her. Like they didn't know. Right. And it goes back to this video that I saw on TikTok. Like the guy was like, they wasn't making these shows for us as kids. They was making these shows for pedophiles because child pornography, because I ain't gonna say it, is not we think, oh, it's just children in adult situations,
Right.
but it's not just that. Like it's
Yeah.
it's what they were doing on Nickelodeon.
Mhm.
Like it was that. So you mentioned you can't do that on television. Mark Summers, they showed him clips from TV shows after he done
Yep.
left Nickelodeon.
Right.
It was like
He said, "That was
they
on
aired
TV?"
that was on TV.
But a lot of them early, Nickelodeon, because I remember early Nickelodeon, like you said, you can't do that on television. Double Dare. What was the one with Cuba Gooding Jr. son on it? Not son, but brother on it.
I know what show you.
Wild and Crazy Kids.
Yes.
Wild and Crazy-
Wild and Crazy Kids. Yeah,
Wild and Crazy stuff. I remember stuff like that. What was the a lot of the game shows. Because even Mark Summers, like the weirdest thing we had was just the slime. You know what I'm saying? Like just getting slime. He was like, that was like the weirdest thing. You know what I'm saying? Which was just that was just what Nickelodeon was about. It was,
It was about slime,
you know what I'm saying? What was the one with the Mayan face? The
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. That was my shit. I wanted to go on that show so bad, Mika. I wanted to go on that show. So
I was just like, Mama, can I please? I didn't know. We live right, and that was at the time when they were actually filming in Orlando. Like you could just go down to Orlando and be on a Nickelodeon show because Nickelodeon was based out of Orlando. I remember like here in Orlando, Florida, Mama, can I please go to Orlando and be on Double Dare?
Yep. But yeah, Mark Summers was like, what the heck? What? A lot of them older like hosts and executives, even the one dude who was like, that wasn't on our shows, was it? Him and Dan Snyder was like, he thought they was like close. And then Dan Snyder fired him because he was looking out for the kids. He would give Dan pushback, like, hold on, Dan, we can't be doing this shit. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? And he thought him and Dan was like cool. Dan fired him. And so he didn't know all of this was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't know. And everybody loved him though. Everybody loved him on set. He said everybody said once he left, because I think he was a director. I think he was directing all that. And it was like once he left, a lot of things changed. Once the Me Too movement happened, they say Dan Snyder got real pissy. Real, you know what I'm saying? He was already like real dickish. But it was like dickish with the smile and laughing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know how some of them manipulative people is. You know, they'll try to get you with humor. And then it went straight. He was just straight up an asshole. And then Nickelodeon said, okay, you can't be on the set no more. So they didn't fire him. They just said you can't be on the set no more. So he was in his office and stuff like that. But yeah, man, Dan Snyder said it was an uncomfortable set. Just bad. I would love to hear from Kenan and Kel. I want to hear from, a lot of the people who like Nick Cannon who work with him, Kenan and Kel. What's her name? What was her name? Mary Beth Glenberg. She went on to do a Steve Harvey show. I want to hear people like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think we're gonna hear from her because she wasn't his type.
Nah, but just the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Just to put a little bit more sauce.
I know for sure she'll be like, yeah, just like everybody else was saying, like he gravitated, like when everybody was like he gravitated towards Ariana Grande, like he gravitated to her. Like Victoria, even though the show was called Victorious, she was later on told that the show had nothing to do with her. And it was like the show is literally called Victorious. And the lead character's name is Victoria.
Yeah, she was willing to do and this wasn't around this time. I wasn't watching Nickelodeon like that, so I can't really tell you. But I remember, my daughter and stuff like that watching it. And internet was happening, YouTube and all of that. So it was like a lot of the stuff that they had was open to viewers, actual live viewers, you know what I'm saying? So when she was like laying on the bed, drenching herself with the water that was from men probably telling her, you know what I'm saying? It was like a sex chat type situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nasty, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, like some of the ridiculous things that happened on iCarly was.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. Didn't they do a revival show? Didn't that come back last year, this year?
Yeah.
That's just wild, man. But yeah, I thoughts and prayers to all those people involved in that, man. That's just bad. That's like when you did you send me I think you sent me the clip first before it even aired. Didn't you send the clip first?
I don't even know how it got to TikTok before it even got released.
I mean, I remember them because Dan Snyder, I think it was a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. It was they was talking about how Dan Snyder, and because I think that's when he officially got was it 2? No, it might have been a little bit more than that. But when he officially got fired, I remember seeing it. You know what I'm saying? They was Dan Snyder. I'm like, oh, that's the dude from all, but I ain't really pay no attention like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but they said about, we know, let me not say we know, but you hear stories, kids, Hollywood kids, look at Corey Feldman, like Stizzle said, hell, both of the Coreys, you know what I'm saying?
Can't even lie.
River Phoenix, you know what I'm saying? Even though they family was, they just got a wild family anyway, but Drew Barrymore, all of these kids who went and got themselves emancipated, Britney Spears, Jamie Lynn Spears, she a little wild too. You just look at him, Michael Jackson.
See, but Michael Jackson.
I'm just adding him in there because I do think he suffered from.
I mean, he was
early
abused as a
stardom.
Yeah. He was abused as a child. He had to grow up in an entertainment world, right? So he never really got a chance to be a kid. He never got to play. He never got to go outside. Things like that.
That's the theme of all of them, Mika. Outside of the shit that they went through on set and stuff, they never got to be kids. So the only kids they knew was the kids that was on set. Like I keep referencing Giovanni. She said that they would do Bible study on set. They would go to school on set. Like they didn't get a chance to go run the mall, skip class, and you know what I'm saying.
They couldn't. They'd have caused complete chaos.
You know what I'm saying? So Michael, that's why I add Michael in there. He didn't get the opportunity to be a kid,
right?
And to fail. That's another thing too. Being a younger, being young and teenagers, young adults, stuff like that. That's your opportunity to fail, to learn how to fail. A lot of people don't understand about learning how to fail. You learn how to fail so you know how to succeed at the end of the day. And when the pressure is on you and everything that you're doing has implications of your family, you're the breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? Your mama, your daddy is looking at you to get us out of the hood, to get us in a better situation, to do things like that. That's a lot of pressure on these kids, man. And the parents, as much as I know we blame the, and the blame is fair to blame the parents, but then they thinking this the meal ticket. This the meal ticket. No, okay, what do you need, producer? You need us here, or you okay, I'll just sit here. Just let me know when I can, get my kid, and they might be vigilant and watching, but at the end of the day, some of the meetings be closed. Some of that stuff, the set, or you can't come past this line, or the one dude, what was his name? Jason Handy. He was a PA. He was the one who would take them around the set. He might have to take them outside to walk around from this studio to that studio, stuff like that. He was that first picture of that pedophile. He was the child actor. Her name was Brandy. I hope that nothing happened to her because she didn't get interviewed at all. It was just her mama talking. So I hope nothing, you know what I'm saying? That's what I took from that. I'm like, oh, we don't even Brandy. Why she didn't get interviewed, but the mama got interviewed? You know what I'm saying? So just made me think maybe she did something. I don't know. But she was cool with Jason being a friend to her daughter. because it seemed innocent. And
Mm-hmm.
he was sending her emails, and the mama would read it. You know what I'm saying? And everything seemed, you know what I'm saying? They was going through lines, and they was talking. I think they was even talking about, the Bible and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So the mama really didn't think none of it. And she said one day her daughter, the girl's name was Brandy, went to read the email from him, and she just shut the computer down and ran to her room. Come to find out, he sent her a video of himself naked, masturbating, saying that I'm doing this for you. What? This is just out of the blue. That's
unwarranted. And then what he didn't know is that her mama was reading the emails right over her shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's so he wasn't the only person he did that to, and that's how he got caught, because she was like, the mother didn't, how sometimes we just gonna nip it in the bud, move on, fuck it, out. And that's how she was like. She was like, we don't even want to deal with this no more. You know what I'm saying? But the other family was like, fuck that. Nah, go get his ass.
Bet.
Go take him off the street ASAP, and that's what they went and did. That's just crazy though. All right, let me see. Where did I leave off at? Selena says, so sad, horrifying. That is sad and horrifying. That's crazy. That's bad. Yeah, all that stuff. Hey, dude. Yeah. Pinwheel was there. Electric Company, Sesame Street. But YouTube said the black mom who defended Dan Snyder is Kyle Massey's mom, Corey from. Okay. Oh, is that who that is? His brother was on Zoe 101. Now Kyle is.
He sure is.
Is he a predator?
Mm-hmm.
What did he do?
To the
Not
Google.
Ravens, brother. Damn. No. Not Ravens, brother. That's wow. Was Snyder wasn't on Raven, was he? Was he a part of?
No, the brother was on Zoe 101.
Oh, Zoe 101. Oh,
Dan,
okay, okay.
Dan Snyder was a part of Zoe 101. The
Zoe
brother was
101,
on. Well, yeah, he was on there too. He was on Zoe 101.
I had forgot that Amanda Bynes had did a show for WB at the time. Dan Snyder created it.
Yep.
And your boy Sweetness from what's God was on there? From Roll Bounce.
Oh. Okay, so it says June 29, 2021, Massey was charged on one count of immoral communication with a minor, where he allegedly sent nude photos to a 13-year-old girl. The criminal charge came after a 2019 lawsuit, whose allegations Massey denied, saying that the lawsuit was an extortion attempt, and in early 2019, the attorneys representing the minor had demanded $1.5 million, threatened to go public with the allegations if he did not comply. The lawsuit also stated that Massey had known the accuser since she was 4 years old.
Since 4? Why he know this? They wildin'. This y'all remember the boys? Their dad was hardcore like Joe, but they weren't really scared like that. At least that's what I got from watching. Yeah, the boys was actually a dope group. What was the song they had?
Down my heart. They was a one-hit wonder.
No, they was more than one hit wonder. It was something else they had. It was
the only song I know is Down My Heart.
They had Down My Heart. It was another one that they had.
We about to pull it up.
They had another one. But I remember.
Baby. I'll go listen. That's we'll find out on Spotify.
Man. Who was it? You making me go back in time now, man.
Yeah, the only song I know is Down My Heart.
Excuse me.
And Lucky Charm?
Lucky Charm, yeah. I was just looking at that.
Down My Heart was number 1, and it was soon followed by Lucky Charm, which also reached number 1. And they had a fourth single called Crazy. Oh yeah, you got me going crazy. Yeah, okay, I heard. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember.
Don't be hating on the boys, man. Don't be
They
hating
had
on the
three.
boy.
They had three albums.
Yeah. Don't be hating on the boy. Yeah, now I remember the boys, Stizzle. They was dope, but I mean, you got to think a lot of groups took. If your parents was your manager, I'm pretty sure your parents was Joe Jackson and not to that extent, but most of them, you know what I'm saying. Especially if it was a family group, if y'all was a group and all y'all was like brothers or sisters or something like that, the mama or the daddy, if they was your manager, they was pretty hard on you and I think because of the fact of, like me and Meek was just saying, you are now the breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of working at this factory. I'm tired of, you know what I'm saying, whatever job they got, being a plumber, whatever. We finna make it. Y'all the family's meal ticket. And I've seen a lot of, you know what I'm saying, especially back then. You got to think that was the way. If you could sing, and it was always the little young brother who they put out front because he had that voice. But as soon as that voice changed, that was over, because that's what happened with the boys.
Yeah, so they're no longer called the boys. They're called the Sons of Light.
Yeah, they all went like Muslim and all that. I remember that.
The Sons of Light.
But yeah, even Soul for Real, his voice changed.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Once that voice changed, that's it.
It's over.
It's over.
The only one he worked for was Michael.
Yeah, because his voice never changed.
His voice did change.
Maybe he knew.
He went from that to what we got.
But maybe he knew that was the key. You gotta keep the child.
No, Joe knew that was the key.
You gotta keep.
You ain't a boy no more.
Gotta keep the pre-puberty voice. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep that voice.
He didn't even sing like he did in pre-puberty.
Nah, he did. But yeah, man. Yeah, that was a hard watch. That documentary was hard to watch, man. Like I said, thoughts and prayers. I'm just still trying to figure out how three pedophiles at one moment in time. That's crazy, Mika. You might even in a school, you might hear maybe one. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Everybody.
How your whole staff is full of pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? Nickelodeon need to be burnt down and restarted from the bottom or something, man.
Hey, the only way Nickelodeon gonna recover from this is you better go back to Double Dare.
Double Dare, bring Mark Summers back.
You better bring Mark Summers back.
Because he did Double Dare and
Family Double Dare.
Yeah, Family. Well, I know he did all the Double Dares, but who did the Legends of the what's
that was a different guy. It's a different guy. It wasn't Mark Summers.
It wasn't Mark Summers.
Y'all gonna have to bring back the game shows, because we ain't feeling these live shows no more.
Yeah.
Now that we know the truth,
game shows back.
Bring the game shows back. We ain't feeling this no more.
Bring them back. Them game shows was dope. What, you had to crawl through the ear? What was that?
That was Double Dare. Double Dare was gross.
It had the nose. There was a boom.
You had to pick the stuff out of the nose to get the flag.
Oh, man,
the one that was the worst was the flag being in the pancakes, because nobody because people be like trying to feel through. If you don't flip them things over.
Yep. Bring them game shows back. And at the end, it was always you win a Nintendo and something else. Tickets to.
They're like, and you win a Nintendo 64 with the Nintendo scope.
Yep. What's up, Auntie? What up? Gotta bring them game shows back. But yeah, man. You got anything else, Mika? What's going on? What y'all? I missed y'all. I came in Sunset Park. What time is it? Time to get live. Time Rivers. I came in and I had to go do something else. So I missed y'all whole show, man. How did it go?
Replay game. Gang.
I'm gonna get to it, but how did it go?
Rashad gave it a 4 out of 5 because he was like, I just don't like the. Yeah, he gave it a 4 out of 5. He's like, I just don't like the whole trope of the white woman coming in and save her. I said, I had to explain. I was like, that wasn't it for Sunset Park. Like, she didn't come in like, I'm gonna come in and change your lives. No, it was like she showed that she was one of those teachers that cared. So it doesn't fit into the trope like what's it called? Dangerous Minds. Like she came in with that mindset, like, I'm gonna change your lives. Y'all go write this poetry. No, like for me, Sunset Park was like she never said, "Oh, let me go see how you live." You know what I'm saying? Let me go see where you live, Shorty. Even though her dynamic with Shorty was kind of inappropriate, but it's the 90s. But for me, Sunset Park is always gonna be top. It's always gonna be fives across the board.
You give it a 5?
Yeah, of course. I gave it straight 5. Like that's one of my favorite movies. Like and it's on Tubi right now too. I'm gonna go watch it again.
That's one of your favorites. I mean, it's a good movie. I don't give it a 5. If I was to give it a 5, it would be because of the soundtrack. The soundtrack was.
Oh, that was part of the reason why. Oh, so that was the other reason why he was like they played the same song like 3 times in the movie. I said, but that was the show. There was a reason for them doing that. If you notice in the beginning, the song was offbeat because they were not in sync.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so the next time you saw them, the song was a little bit more in sync.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they finally got to the championship game, it was a real song because I was watching. I was like, why is this song off?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it makes sense. They're not in sync.
Yep. But yeah, that soundtrack was
soundtrack goes hard, y'all. Y'all ain't never heard of Sunset Park soundtrack. You can't find it on Spotify. I tried. Go find it on YouTube. Go listen to it. Go listen to that Tupac song.
Yeah. Yep. That Tupac song was hard. I still got it on disc, so I'm good.
I had it on disc when I was little.
Yeah.
My mom was like, "What you in here listening to? Sunset Park."
Trying to get live. Yeah, no, that's Sunset Park. It's a Mobb Deep song. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, yes.
Mobb Deep song on there that's just like dope. That's like one of the best Mobb Deep songs ever, man.
Raekwon got a song on there too.
Yep.
Oh, is it Ghostface Killer?
It's both of them, Chef and Ray.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, Ghost and Ray. Yep. But yeah, I'm gonna catch it on the replay and see what's up because I know y'all was in there clowning. What's the next one y'all got?
I think we're doing Uncle Drew.
Is that gonna be part?
I ain't never seen that movie before. I
have no reason to watch that. You know,
I had no reason to watch it either. I thought it was dumb.
I thought it was a commercial.
Me too.
It was a commercial. I didn't know it was all.
I was like, how you go from being on a commercial to being in an actual movie?
Kyrie Irving, that's Uncle Drew.
Okay,
man.
all right. So yeah, I have to go and watch Uncle Drew, and I think that's on Tubi too. Oh, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to post a video tonight because Instagram is down for the second time within 24 hours.
Let me see. I got to make sure that my bracket is already busted, but I was watching before we started Kentucky. Oh, my bracket is dead. How y'all lose the Oak? You know, I'm mad now. I am done. I'm out of the game. I had Kentucky going all the way, and y'all lose the first game. First game, UK. First game. Big Blue Nation. What? Come on, man. I'm mad now, Miko.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Oh man, what happened? All right, we got to end this show. I got to go cry in the car. Oh man, that is wild. Anything else, Mika? You want to discuss? We good?
We're good.
All right, everybody. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Don't forget to like, share, hit that notification bell, subscribe. The memberships is open. If you want to join, just hit the join button. You can do that. I'm trying to start something for members. Maybe probably do some members only streams, whether it just be me or whether it's me and Mika doing a members only stream. We might give y'all some additional content. That's the name of the game. That's what we're trying to do. And I am going to be opening up a merch store soon. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, man, like I said, appreciate it. We are out. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
We out.
We are out. I always forget what the damn outro is. There it is. Peace.